Hello and welcome back to a brand new video. I haven't uploaded for a while, but that's okay since, I uploaded quite a lot when I was actually making videos, and these commentaries take a while. So anyways, I think I should better just get into the video and not bore anyone, so let's just get in instantly. So chapter 3 was a good season, sorta. There were some flaws, there were some cool stuff, but the season overall was pretty good for season 1. Definitely most people's favorite season, but there of course were some flaws, and I'm going to talk about the stuff I liked and the stuff I didn't like and stuff, all that stuff. Just my overall opinion on chapter 3. So first off, there were no brand new vehicles. There were the quad crashers, but they really do not fit into the new Fortnite aesthetic, because they're kind of slower than all the other vehicles, like cars and all that, but they were still cool to be back. And they would be probably way better if they still had the flying thing, which you could do in chapter 1, but they just fell on the ground. You could do it once, you could fly for a second, and then you just fall down. So vehicles weren't the best this season, but I guess that we had other forms of transport, which are Colombo, which I'm gonna talk about. And Colombo was probably the thing I was more excited for than Tilted. Tilted was cool and all, but Tilted, it was basically old Tilted, just with the pizza pit, but Colombo was something brand new. I thought he was gonna be smaller, but he turned out to be a big fat dinosaur that just roamed around the island. And he was cool. I think everyone likes him. Most people. Some people would shoot at him, but maybe let's go into the pros and cons of him. So in the pros, I'm probably gonna say he was the best mobility, I feel like, since he launched you really high up, and that was a really great transport method, because you could escape pretty easily, because it's pretty hard to get on Colombo, and people would want to chase after you. It would take a while, unlike launch pads, which people could just chase you pretty easily. Next thing is that if you shot him, if he's near an enemy player and you want to kill him, then you can just shoot Colombo, and if Colombo's near that enemy player, then you'll attack him. Sort of like Kevin, except he actually moves. But yeah, this is basically the pros. There is also that he can sneeze out loot from his, I guess, what's it called, the whale hole he has going on, and that's it. Though the cons are less, but there's less cons, but still. So the cons are basically just one of the things from the pros, which is that if someone shoots him, then he'll attack you. But in this thing is that he'll attack you and not the enemy player. So if an enemy player should say have a Colombo, then you'll just get attacked by him for no reason. That isn't the worst thing, but yeah. Overall, he isn't he's pretty good in the mechanic department, but there's he's basically just some walking Kevin launchpad sort of thing. I guess he also spits out loot, but the loot isn't that great, so yeah, he isn't the best, but he's definitely really cute, or whatever you want to call him. So yeah. Anyways, let's move on to the probably the biggest thing that people were waiting for and all that stuff, which is the weather. And the weather was just super good. But it looked way better in the trailers that they gave us than the actual thing. The tornadoes were cool, because I'm talking about the tornadoes, but they were cool, but I don't know, they would be better if they actually launched you higher up, but it's sort of like a launch pad. So yeah. Anyways, the other thing about tornadoes is that they like grabbed up stuff that was like more realistic, but it isn't really that useful. You just see random stuff scattered around the island, but it is sometimes funny, maybe not, I don't know. If the Flush Factory was on this map, then we would just see those little pictures. That would be funny, sort of. I don't know. I guess toilets also. But it wasn't just the tornadoes that got at it. It was also lightning. I thought lightning was gonna be way better, but it wasn't that good since it was just a giant cloud and it lasted for like a minute, and it basically just spawns on like. I felt like it spawned like on the edges of the island, and I was never there to witness it. I only got struck like once by lightning, and I didn't even think I got struck in a real match. I just realized, but they were pretty good, but just they weren't the best. Since I thought they were gonna be they were just gonna be a new thing in the storm, but they weren't. If they just were a new thing in the storm, then they would be 100 times better. But they didn't. So let's just move on. Which we should move on to the collabs. This season, to be honest, had less collabs than any other season, but I mean, still, it's had pretty much a lot of like big collabs. I guess one huge collab, which is the Spider-Man collab, which we got like No Way Home stuff. We got the Spider-Man comic book stuff in the Battle Pass. We also got the Green Goblin, the comic book version, but turns out I prefer the comic book version. And I guess what else did we get? I guess we got the Spider-Man mythic, which was a really great mobility thing. Because you could, and it's probably everyone's favorite mythic. Most people, unless you don't like mobility. I don't know why you wouldn't like that though. I guess let's move on to the next collab, which was a smaller collab, but it still was a collab that happened, which is the Gears of War. This collab wasn't that good. All they added in was skins that I didn't even see people wear. There's also those quests. The quests don't make each collab that good. They were pretty good if you needed that extra XP. So there's not that much stuff to talk about here, but yeah. So next up is the Rocket League collab. The Rocket League collab was like, it was small. I don't think much people knew about it. It was just the mobile game that they released. I'm pretty sure it was a mobile game. I didn't really know about it because I didn't compete in it. But it was actually like the rewards were cool. Just that I don't know. I don't like mobile stuff. So, anyways, let's move on to the next collab, which was the Matrix collab, which was kind of small. Because there's literally only emotes and a glider that you got in Winterfest. And that wasn't that big. If we got skins, then that would be way better, but I think what we got is pretty good anyways. Mostly people expect skins in collabs, but it's sometimes good to not have just skins, like the Rocket League collabs, which you don't get a skin because it would be weird if you saw a Rocket League car in Fortnite as a skin. But they could make something like a Transformer sort of skin for Rocket League, I don't know. Anyways, moving on, we had the Book of Boba Fett collab thing. This collab wasn't as big also, but it was definitely a lot of people probably bought it since it was Star Wars, and a lot of people like Star Wars, so of course people are gonna buy it. But there's just the Boba Fett skin, there was that one lady that I don't remember, and there was that Chewbacca ripoff, and yeah, I didn't watch the show, so I don't know what the hell is going on with that, and I'm not that big of a Star Wars fan. So yeah, there's the collab for fans, big fans. Anyways, moving on, we had the Cobra Kai collab, which, I mean, it was okay. It's the same with, like, Boba Fett and Gears of War, sorta. which we only had skins and an emo. There's not much to talk about, but like, it's pretty good, I guess, if you like Cobra Kai. This stuff was cool though, so yeah, I see people liking that a lot. Since I would probably buy one of the skins, but I'm poor, so. But next up is the Hawkeye collab, which is, I don't know why I'm even mentioning it, but like, it's just skins again, and then the Bruno Mars one, which is skins again. There's a lot of skins here, but I think Bruno Mars stuff introduced the Icon radio, I'm not sure, I'm not mistaken. But there's also it wasn't like the final collab, the Uncharted thing. I didn't even know what Uncharted was, but I guess the skins are pretty good. I like it. And we also got, but this one actually was bigger because it had the Drake's map thing, which was pretty good since they introduced maps back, and they were pretty good. I don't know what else to talk about for Uncharted. There was the skins, of course. There was a glider that we didn't get though. I don't know if we got it because I to be honest, ditched Fortnite for a while. But yeah, there's that, and there's also that tennis player collab, but that wasn't that big of a collab. Like, no, I don't even remember the name. Though, a problem I have with the thing is that the skin had two different skins. It didn't just have like a single skin with variants, skin styles. But I guess they just wanted to make more money off of it since they're using someone like that. But yeah, that's basically it for collabs, if I'm not mistaken. Next on, maybe let's move on to the Winterfest, which was like the Chapter 2 Season 1 Winterfest. So there's not much to talk about regarding like the presents and all that, but there was some in-game stuff, like the certain winner like throwing presents at you and all that stuff. And the presents, of course, got released. Yeah, that's basically all that happened in Winterfest. It wasn't that bad of a Winterfest. We did get 2 Isabels though, 2 reskins. I don't know if that's the best thing since it's getting really in their skin, but it's okay. Anyways, moving on. The bigger thing is the new loot pool, because I like the new loot pool, but like they took out a lot of guns. I understand they wanted to like make it feel like super fresh, but it just was basically for sweats this season, because sweats get pretty used to guns like straight away, while some people don't get used to it, like me. And the pumps were terrible, which was another thing. And also snipers were just terrible. And if you didn't get the headshot, then sometimes you wouldn't even. If you got the headshot, then sometimes you wouldn't even get the kill. So that's the problems. Anyways, I think the loot pool was okay, but it could definitely be better with some like old weapons in there, just for fun, like 2 old weapons. Anyways, moving on, tents. So tents were pretty big, so you could store your items in and then have them in the next match. Though we only had like 2 or 3 slots, I think. Yeah, 3. And yeah, they weren't really that big. You could rest in them and heal up HP, not shield though. There's also like other stuff. But yeah, I guess I can talk about more stuff with the loot pool, which is like the new items, like shield kegs. There's also I don't even remember. Med mists. There are med mists. There are also like your stuff that I don't remember, but to be honest, it was pretty okay. The loot pool, like for like items that just the normal items that weren't like weapons or anything. Anyways, moving on. Battle Pass. I have a video about ranking each Battle Pass skin, so if you want to see it, then go watch it, but it was mostly just, I don't know how to say it. It was, like, pretty good, I guess, but I don't think it's something I personally like super enjoy, but it was pretty good. And I guess that's all I have to say about this battle pass. So before we move on to the next topic, I would ask you to like and subscribe because I'm getting close to 100 subs. I kind of want to get there, and I'll probably do a special video there, which you guys might like. So I at least stay subscribed for a while, for a decent while, maybe forever. I don't know. But moving on, let's go to the new POIs that we got. Like there's a new island, so of course there's new POIs, but I'm not mostly talking about those since I already have a review for each POI. But I want to talk about more Tilted and Covert because they weren't in there, so I might as well talk about them in this video. They were like, I like Tilted, but like it was still the old one. I'd rather them remix it a little bit. Like not like absolutely, but like keep some OG factors there, but like I'm one of those guys that would prefer, Tilted over not Tilted, but that's just me. And a more bigger location that wasn't just an old location was Covert Cavern. This was like pretty good. The POI I didn't drop here much, but the boss was pretty easy to take down because there was only like 2 bosses, which is Foundation and that guy, and the Gunner. But yeah, that's basically it. You got the mythic. There's a really OP vault there. There's IO guards, the drills, I guess. I don't know what else you want to talk about, but like, yeah. Now, the biggest problem. I'm gonna move on to the biggest problem now. The biggest problem was sweats. I understand that's nothing I can control. I can control players just getting better at the game. I understand that's how everything works, but I'm not the best player, so I kind of ditched Fortnite. I started playing like other games, like a little bit of Fall Guys, a lot of Minecraft. But yeah, that's basically it. Anyways, that's basically the whole thing. There isn't much to talk about other than that. So if you like this video, then maybe drop a like in the below thing. I don't know. There also, if you didn't like the video, you can put a dislike, but sadly your dislike won't be seen since YouTube kind of removed it. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. So bye.